Hello everyone, welcome to Corpse Party. Uh, part 10, I think? Yeah, part 10. This is the wrong ends video for chapter 2, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? For our first wrong end, we have the little boy. If you look at him in this section, or if you let him touch you later, you'll get the same ending, which is basically this. Also, if you have the Power Stone, it'll protect you once from this.
目が離せねえ。なんだこいつの目。なんだ。あ、真っ暗だ。白崎、ゆい先生、サトシ、誰かいないのか。だよ、ここどこだ。夢でも見てたのか。てか体動かないし。周りに壁。なんだ、誰だ。やめろ。土が上から誰かが。やめろ。何してんだ。植える気か。口の中に詰まり出した。息ができねえ。死ぬ。誰が。嘘だろ。冗談じゃねえ。やめろ。痛え。手が。
Wrong end! You get suffocated to death. Now, like I said, looking into the boy's face or letting him touch you later on have the same effect. Using the Power Stone can protect you from that, but only once, so keep that in mind. Wrong end number 2. Remember, at this point, Shinozaki gets possessed and runs away from you. You're supposed to go after her, but you can choose to ignore her. Ignoring her and going about your business with the nail puller will lead you to the wrong end number 2. Oh. Pulling number 1. Side note, not picking up Ayumi before coming to the second lever means the ghost will not follow you around in the lower floor, which is interesting. Aye!
これ篠崎？ああ、なんで？嘘だ嘘だ嘘だ
Uh-oh.
嫌だ。なんだよ。なんなんだよ。なんでこんな目に遭わなきゃいけねえんだ。なんでお前の尻顔なんか見なきゃいけねえんだよ。ふざけんなよ。篠崎。お前のそんな姿見るくらいなら俺が代わりに死ねばよかったんだ。
Wish granted.
そう。
Ooh, wrong end. Oh. That one was... I've never seen that one before, actually. There's a couple of these that I haven't seen, and... Ooh, Jesus, that one was good. I liked that one a lot. I mean, it was awful, it was terrible, but it was interesting to see, anyway. Moving on. So, does everyone remember this part? Ayumi is possessed. Again. And you need to go into the men's restroom, the women's restroom, I believe, to cause a cutscene to happen. But you can also go downstairs and cause it to happen. If everyone remembers, I actually went downstairs first in my playthrough and broke the power crystal, which you know is a way of telling that you did a wrong thing. So, this time I don't have the power crystal. So guess what I get to do?
篠崎、あのままほっとくのはやばいか。でも怖えよ。なんであんなになっちまったんだよ。
Oh yeah, we get to go through this cutscene again. You know, with the gym teacher. I'll go ahead and skip through that for you though, so you won't have to see it again. Skipped.
そういや、あの時の涙の礼まだ言ってないな。そうだよ、ここに閉じ込められたことが分かった時、何があってもあいつを守るって決めたじゃねえか。俺の何があってもが今試されてんだよ。
I like that noise she made.
どうしてこんなことをするの？
Uh-oh.
しろ、マジかよ。
Last words. You've got to be kidding me. Oi, that didn't sound good. Oy, wretched. I like the distorted school bells. Very nice effect. Can you stop? Oh no. In addition to multiple broken bones all throughout his head and neck, Yoshiki's rib cage shattered on the impact and pierced his lungs. As he convulsed and writhed on the ever-growing puddle of his own blood and internal fluids, his vision hastily grew dark. The last thing he saw was a figure with wide, empty eyes and an unnatural smile stretched across the length of its face, rocking slowly back and forth in admiration of its handiwork. Ayumi was clearly very pleased with herself. Wrong end! Wrong end, wrong end, wrong end. All that's left is the victim's memoirs. So for wrong end number 4? Yes, wrong end number 4, I believe. We have the victim's memoirs, where we have to read the 4 in order, and I'll go ahead and skip showing where they all, I'll skip walking to them, but I'll show you whenever I find them. Here's the first one, Victim's Memoirs, 1 out of 5. I ate my friend today. What else was I supposed to do? I was starving. We both were. There's no food here, so we decided together that one of us should try to live just a little bit longer. If I ever get home, I'm supposed to tell all the people waiting for us what happened. We left it all up to a game of paper, scissors, rock. Loser eats winner. And I lost. I felt her blood going down my throat, quenching my thirst, and her meat was supple and satisfying. But that blood and that meat was once my friend. Up until just a few hours before, I had been talking to her. As I feasted, I just kept thinking, this food used to be a person. Before I tore it apart, it all worked together to sustain a life. And every time I thought about that, I just started crying, and couldn't stop. I wanted some part of her to be with me even after she died, so I decided to keep one of her eyeballs. And I thought I maybe should write all this down to help preserve some small portion of my sanity. Right. It's the Victim's Memoir, Part 2. Victim Memoir, 2 out of 5. I hold, in the palm of my hand, a piece of a person's body. A piece of a person who was living and breathing only a short while ago. This body part used to be attached to her head, and now I'm walking around the school with it. I had no idea eyeballs were so heavy. And I just keep squishing it in the palm of my hand, as if I'm testing its firmness. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Okay. Hey look, Victim's Memoirs. Victim's Memoirs, 3 out of 5. I've been searching every last corner of the school building, trying to find a way of escaping with her. But it's not happening. No matter how much we struggle, only further misery awaits us. I'm so unbearably thirsty, so hungry that it feels like my stomach is eating itself. And every moment it gets worse. It's like a big black mess in front of me that's slowly closing in. I can't keep ignoring it. I've started talking to the eyeball in my hand to try to help I've started talking to the eyeball in my hand to help stay focused and maintain my sanity. Stop looking at me like that. I swear I'll find us a way out of here. I have to make sure I tell your family what you did for me. Okay. Hey, look. The 4th part of the Victim's Memoirs. Victim's Memoirs, 4 out of 5. I am writing these memoirs with sticky hands. But it's not me that is sticky, but something else. I hope you're not mad about this. Maybe you will think I am horrible person, but I got hungry again, really hungry, like I was about to die, so I did something I shouldn't have done. I promised myself I would stay sane, and promised myself I wouldn't do what I did. And I am so sorry, really sorry, but there is no excuse for what I did. With my bloody hands, I took the thing that I've been squishing and I put it in my mouth and I swallowed it. I ate it. Great. Here we are, the final victim's memoirs. Victim memoirs, 5 out of 5. They actually give you the option if you want to read it or not, which is nice in case you accidentally read it and didn't want to finish the victim's memoirs. But we are finishing it, so if you are reading this, allow me to forewarn you. There is no hope of rescue. There is nothing to be gained. Endless wandering and endless torture is the nature of this place. I succumbed to my hunger and thirst, began nibbling on that corpse again. There is no flavor, no sensation, just meat and fluid to sate my empty belly. I promised I would not desecrate your body anymore, but I broke that promise. Please, forgive me. Jesus, that's sudden.
なんだよ。何口に入れて。血の味。ってお前。ああ！これ。白崎！白崎！これ。白崎じゃねえか。ああ！なんで！誰がこんなことを！ああ！あ誰だ許さねえぞ許さね
Shinozaki's Testament. It's a yellowed school flyer, presumably taken off the wall somewhere along the way. A short message has been hastily scribbled in pen on the reverse side.
死にたくない死にたくない殺される食べられるあいつが追いかけてくるもうすぐきっと捕まるこの遺書を読む人がいたらあいつを裁いてください私を殺して食べたのはクラスメートの岸沼です
Well then. So yeah, that's the 4 wrong ends in chapter 2. In the next video, we'll start chapter 3. If you didn't believe me when I said this game had amazing voice acting up to this point, that was definitely a strong contender for very amazing voice acting right there. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye.